Everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, in the last class, we covered the topic production, where we studied short run, long run. We studied total product, marginal product, average product, and then we also saw isoquant, isocost line expansion path. So, today we'll be doing cost. So, what is cost? So, cost may is defined as sacrifice or foregoing what has already occurred or has the potential to occur in future. Has the potential to occur in future with an objective to achieve measured in monetary terms. So this is the formal definition of cost. So what are the determinants? So let's write it here only. So determinants. Determinants. First, price of input. Price of input. Second, productivity of input. Third, technology. And fourth, your level of output. Your C, let's write it on the next slide. So your C is given as a function of Q, T, and PF, where Q stands for your output, T stands for technology, and PF stands for price of input. So yes, so types of cost. Types of cost. First, opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is defined as the expected returns. Expected returns from second best use of resources that are foregone due to scarcity. This is also known as your alternative cost. Second, implicit. We had done implicit and explicit cost. Implicit is that do not incur any cash outlay or reduction in assets or increase in liability, hence are not recorded in book of accounts. Implicit cost, explicit cost. Explicit cost is also known as accounting cost. So this is also your out of pocket expenditure. These costs are accounted. These costs do not incur incur in cash outlays and are not accounted or recorded. So next, fixed cost. Cost fixed in volume for certain quantity is fixed cost. Next, variable cost. Cost that vary with total output. Now we have done total cost. Total cost is your total fixed cost plus your total variable cost. That is total cost incurred in production of goods or services. So it is total cost incurred in production of goods or services. So average cost. Cost is the total cost divided by Q. Q is your total output. Marginal cost. It is the change in total cost due to unit change in output. Change in total cost due to unit change in output. Since fixed cost cannot be altered, therefore MC is change in variable cost. It is the first derivative of the cost function, sunk cost. They are costs which are incurred and cannot be altered. Incurred and cannot be altered. Increase or decrease by varying rate of output, nor can be recovered. So next. So now let's write these formulas. Long run and short run, I've told you. Long run cost is where all the factors of production can be varied, and short run where at least one factor is fixed and other is variable. So this is short run cost and long run cost. So now short run cost function. Short run cost functions. Your total cost is your F of Q, that is TFC plus TVC. Average fixed cost is equal to total fixed cost upon Q. Your average variable cost will be your total variable cost upon Q. Your average total cost will be total cost upon Q. Your average total cost can also be written as average fixed cost plus average variable cost. Marginal cost, delta TC by delta Q, change in total cost due to unit change in output is called delta TVC upon delta Q, because fixed cost is fixed, it cannot be changed. So now average variable cost को हमने लिखा DVC upon Q इसको हम W इंटू एल अपॉन क्यू भी लिख सकते हैं, वेरिएबल कॉस्ट को। फिर हम इसको W अपॉन क्यू बाय एल लिख सकते हैं, तो W अपॉन ए पी एल। There and also marginal cost delta TC by delta Q can be written as delta WL upon delta Q. W can come outside, delta Q by delta L is equal to W upon MPL. So these are two relations that are derived. So that's why I've written them separately. This graph is short-run total and per unit cost curves. So the top panel here shows that TVC is 0 when output is 0. So I'll use a pointer. TVC is 0 when output is 0 and rises as output rises. At point G dash, the law of diminishing returns begins to operate at G dash. Then the TC curve has the same shape as the TVC curve. TC curve has same shape as the TVC curve and is above it by $60 and is above it by $60. The bottom panel shows U shape, AVC, TVC and MC curves where AFC is equal to ATC minus the total cost minus the variable cost and declines continuously as the output rises. The MC curves reaches a minimum before AVC and ATC. AVC and ATC curves intercept them at their lowest points. So this is what this graph is showing. So let's write this. So 1 TVC equal to 0 when output is 0 and output rises. Second, at G dash, law of diminishing returns begins to operate. The TC curve, shape of TC is equal to TVC curve and AVC, ATC and MC curve is same. Next point, they have a difference. As we can see, it's red. Let's take red 60. So this is pointed out. Then the bottom panel shows U-shaped where AFC is equal to ATC minus AVC and declines as output rises. Now this MC, last point, MC reaches minimum where before AVC and ATC intercept at their lowest points. So this is what this graph is all about. So now next page. So now let's see long run cost curve. Long run formulas. So long run total cost is equal to F of Q. Then long run average cost is equal to long run total cost upon Q. And long run marginal cost is LTC upon delta Q. So now This is what is known as long run cost curve. Cost curves. So these are the long run. We studied this earlier. What are these lines called? Anyone? ISO cost. ISO cost lines. What is this called? This parabola type shape. ISO quant. What is this line? Central line called? I'll highlight this. Expansion path. So now when we take this graph and plot LTC versus Q, we get this type of a shape. And when we draw LAC and LMC, this is LMC and this is LAC, average cost and marginal cost. So this is the lowest points. So these are the curves you should keep in mind. Let me erase this. So now next. So now this is relation between short run and long run average cost curves. Relation between short run and long run average cost curves. So as you see SAC1, SAC2, SAC3, SAC4. So this type of a curve. Same, this is also the curve. Just now, just see how this one is, from this we derive this. Let's take a different color. Let's take green. So join, 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 and join, and go ahead. So are you able to see this line? Is it the same line that is represented there? So a number of these lines, that is average cost curve, gives us that graph. So now next one. So possible shapes of LAC, long run average cost curve, are, let's see. So it's basically bolt shape, then a L type shape, and then a inversely proportional shape. So key takeaways. In long run, the firm operates with different plant sizes and can switch or with different plant size depending on cost. An organization may have different short run average cost curve for different paths. An LAC function is an envelope of short run cost function. Envelope of short run cost function. LAC curve is also known as let's write down, envelope curve or planning curve. Next is break-even analysis. Break-even analysis. So break-even point is where break-even point, where your total cost is equal to your total revenue. This is also known as cost volume profit analysis. Profit analysis. This analysis helps us finding out profit at different level of sales, likewise making managerial decision regarding the sales and break-even point. Now, approaches for break-even analysis. One is a graphical method where total revenue and total cost, like we draw the graph. Let's see. So this is your TC and it's not right. Let me draw again. So this has to go up and this has to go here. So yes, so this type of a curve where this part shows profit and this part shows loss. This is your TR and this is your TC. And this is what? This is your break even point. And assume this to be a total fixed cost. The graphical presentation assumes constant ABC for a given range of output. The gap between TC and revenue line beyond the break-even point represents the level of profit or loss. So algebraic method, let's see that. By algebraic method, we know that the total revenue is equal to P into Q. Total cost is equal to TFC plus TVC. And we know that TFC plus AVC into Q, we can write it as. Then, therefore, P into Q is equal to TFC plus AVC into Q asterisk. Put asterisk on both sides. Therefore, we get Q star equal to TFC upon P minus AVC, where P minus AVC is called contribution margin. Contribution margin is the difference between price and average variable cost. It represents the portion of price of the commodity by the firm that can be covered by fixed cost and contribute to profit. That is the portion of price that can cover fixed cost and contribute to profits. So after this, we have economies of scale and diseconomies of scale. So economies of scale. Economies refers to lowering of the costs of production by way of producing bulk. Lowering of cost of production by producing in bulk. It is also understood as the efficiencies associated with larger scale of operations, and due to large scale of production and efficiencies developed, it enables long run average cost of production to decline with increase in quantity. Long run average cost of production to decline with increase in quantity produced. So diseconomies of scale. Diseconomies of scale occurs when long run average cost curve. Long run average cost curve starts upward rising, which implies that the average cost starts increasing. Now, this can be due to difficulty in managing coordination among difficulty managing your coordination, low management, मतलब means that you are not able to manage well, or less commitment, or we can say too much specialization in something, that you get boredom. Boredom means you get bored. Now, economies of scale, we'll draw this economies of scale. So that is output grows proportionally faster than inputs. So due to large plant and due to a large firm. Due to large plant, we have specialization, indivisibility, productivity, equipment, maintenance. Yes, so now due to large firm, we have quantity discounts, we have fundraising, we have sales promotion, we have innovation, we have management, and then we have in due to large plant, we can have technological forces, plant economies, and for due to large firm, we can have financial forces and firm economies. Now, a point to note when we had done the graphs. First is the graph that we did of total cost, like this. So it was starting from origin. Why? We can have fixed costs. We always have a fixed cost, yes. But can fixed cost be zero? Yes, it can sometimes be zero. So that's why it is starting from origin. Second point, when we saw the curve, you saw the curve, we had diminishing marginal returns till economies of scale fails. And also the curves where we had seen this is possible, one L type shape and one inversely shape. So in the U type shape, first economies and then diseconomies. In the L type shape, economies. And in the inverse shape, only economies, but in the L type shape, economies is for a long time, long run. So this is what I had missed, so I had to cover here. So that's all. So thank you. If you like the video, do like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any doubt, feel free to share in the comment section and I'll answer that. So have a great day. Thank you.